Okay, so in this section, we'll be understanding the basic HTML boilerplate, which will help us to identify how HTML works. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to minimize this, and then what we can do is, we can simply come over here, and then you can click on this file, and then you can click on this open folder. Now what you can do, you can create a new folder over here, or at any location where you want, and you can simply say HTML demo or any other. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to select this folder and click on this select folder. Now you will be opened out with this folder. Now what you have to do, you have to simply come over here and click on this new file. Now what you will be doing, you will be creating a new file, name it as index.html. Now it will be saying you to save this file, we'll be saying index.html. Okay, now we are having our index.html file. Now what we'll be doing, we'll be basically, writing our HTML code over here. Now we can shrink this down. Okay, now how do you generate a basic HTML boilerplate in Visual Studio Code? So what you have to do, you have to simply write an exclamation mark over here and press enter. Now what it will do, it will basically create a boilerplate HTML code for you. Now let us understand each of these blocks. Now the first one is doc type HTML. Now it is basically a document type declaration which informs the browser that the document is written in HTML file. This declaration is important for our browser to understand how to interpret the HTML code. Now the next thing is basically a HTML tag. Now in this tag, we are basically having an attribute which is this lang equals en, which is basically specifying that the language of the document is English. Now the next thing which we are having over here is that this HTML, right? Now this entire tag is basically the starting tag for this HTML, while this is the closing tag for this HTML. Now whatever is present between this opening and closing HTML tag is basically known as the HTML code. Now over here, the first section is our head section. Now head, it basically contains the meta information about document such as character encoding, viewport setting, and the doc title. Now over here, we are basically having few of the things like this meta character set UTF-8. Now what does this contain? So it basically specifies the character encoding of the document. Now UTF-8 is a widely used character encoding that support a wide range of characters from different languages and snippet. Now the next thing is this meta name viewport, which basically, it basically ensures that the web page displays properly on various devices and screen sizes. Now the last thing is this document. Now here we are basically having this title tag and we have written this document. Now this document over here, it is basically the title of the HTML. Now the text between this title tag is the one which will be basically shown on the browser tabs. Now at end, we are having this opening and closing body tags. Now this body tag encloses the visible content of the HTML document such as text, images, links, and other elements. This is where you will be placing the content that you want to display on your web page. Now at end, we are having this closing HTML tag, and this tag marks the end of the HTML document. All the HTML content must be placed between this opening HTML tag and this closing HTML tag over here. So let us move on to the next section.